Hello, and welcome back to the Nomad universe. You're probably wondering where Drifter is. Well, do not worry. I am Dark Alfie, and since Drifter has been forced out of our dimension, it's up to me to show you how to use mana. So moving forward, it is I, Dark Alfie, who will be showing you mod showcases for Nomad. So for today we have about half a dozen mods to take a look at. Everything from a gun, suits, to, well, all sorts of things. Sit back, relax, and make sure you download these mods. Our first mod on today's list is the Activatable Master Sword by Bongtree 420. Now that mana is slowly trickling into the Nomad-verse, we now have weapons that can do things like this. In order to find the Master Sword, you must go into your book and locate the Zelda category. From there, you will see the Master Sword. Let's go ahead and spawn it. Open this door. What I appreciate most about this Master Sword is it has the appropriate dimensions. Most people, when they make a Master Sword, make it too large, which is the perfect weight. But what I truly love the most about it is that you can activate it. So, what you do is you just go ahead and press the trigger in whichever hand is your dominant one. And look at the power before us. And when you're done, just press the spell use button to turn it off. Now let's see it in combat. I'm going to need an Alfie. Okay, Alfie, the first thing we're going to do is see how well it stabs. It killed him like butter. How does it do against slashes? What about against the throat? Now let's see it with its power. An instant kill. Can it dismember with ease? Yes, a very powerful weapon. It's also cool because you can handle it upside down and backhanded if you must. We just have to be sure it does not get into the wrong hands. We must be sure this does not get into the wrong hands. Make sure it is sealed away. Make sure only the chosen can find it. Okay, what's next? Moving on, we have Death Note by Greenf1re. This is a very powerful mod, so use it at your own discretion. This enables you to get the very own Death Note notebook and write the name of a soul. You can write Alfie's name in there and kill him at random, or slay all the Alfies. Found in the exotic category, you will find your Death Note notebook, so let's go ahead and spawn that. This one does not have a pen or pencil. All you need is the notebook. Next we'll need an Alfie. While holding it, you can tap the trigger and it should slaughter a random Alfie. He unfortunately had a heart attack. But what happens if there are multiple Alfies? I will press the trigger and one of you will die. Just him. What happens if I want multiple to die? If you find yourself with an Alfie infestation, kill all of them by holding down the book and doing the spell use and trigger at the same time. And you will slaughter every Alfie you know. Death Note is very powerful, so make sure this does not make it into the main universe. Moving on is a weapon of the future. It is shotguns by Greenf1re, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Make sure you also download the required mods, otherwise you will not be able to wield this mighty power. This one, well, you don't want to be on the business end of. If you have installed all the requirements properly, you will scroll down here and see two categories, guns and sniper. Sniper means you have access to other things. Let's focus on guns. We'll now have two separate shotguns, so let's go ahead and take this pump action. Now the shotgun is very powerful, and it comes with its own awesome looking sight. The cool thing is the sight is interchangeable, so you can take it off. Just be careful because it comes off with ease. So if you feel so inclined, you can use this on an Alfie. Once you fire it, go ahead on the opposite hand, use your trigger to pump it. Keep in mind this is very devastating and may break immersion. Let's see how it is from this distance. Looks like we're missing. We don't seem to be too accurate. Let's find another. Let us now summon the pump action buckshot. This one might pose to be more accurate or less. Let's find out. Looks like it's still missing. Let's see it even closer. This is the normal shot. And then this is Buckshot. Let's see how Buckshot handles multiple. This one poses to have a little bit better accuracy than non-Buckshot. Either way, you will obliterate them quickly. Moving on is a super top secret mod. Unfortunately, I was not able to reveal this to the Drifter before he left, but in his absence, he left us with the Yamato Nomad Edition. This one brings all the awesome spells. It is once again created by Jenix, the Master Crafter. Be careful with this one, it is very powerful. Found in the swords category, you will now have two awesome swords, one being the Yamato Sheath and the other, Mirror's Edge. Currently, Mirror's Edge is just a cool looking sword with no special abilities to speak of. And that's where the Yamato comes in. Nomad Yamato. Look at how fantastic this is. It's so good to have. It is perfect. Now, let's see its abilities. While holding down the trigger, we should be able to shoot a blade. Look at it. Finally, you can also fire a dagger by holding the sheath and pressing the trigger, but it does not come from your face. It will come from the sheath itself. Unlike its PC counterpart, it does not have the anime slice, but what it does have is something far more interesting. You see, in Nomad, you could press and hold down the spell use button while swinging. For an instant severance, you can chop anything up with this one and make it the sharpest blade. So if you no longer wish for Alfie to have a leg, that's fine. You can remove it. You can also quickly sheath and unsheath for a nice kill. It's fantastic. The Nomad Yamato is a great addition to our universe, so use this one carefully. Our penultimate entry on today's list is the full John Wick armor and hairstyle. Now, in Nomad, you too can look like John Wick. Hair, gun, everything. For this next mod, I'm going to have to use more mana to transform. Do not be afraid. Scroll down to John Wick and start equipping. And there we go. I have become John Wick. Even look at the new hairstyle I have and beard. To complete the look, I recommend using the guns and the Glock. And you two now can look and feel like John Wick. And just make sure to use with caution. Do not lose yourself as you take an Alfie's life. Our final entry is something that people have been requesting in Nomad for eons. And that is Star Wars Dungeons. Created by TSR Revenge Greenf1re, you two now can grab one of your favorite lightsabers, bring it into the dungeons, and, well, slaughter some Alfies if you will. In order to fit in properly, I will need a lightsaber of my own. I will take Mace Windu's, and I will just easily tap the spell use button to turn on. A little slow, but it works. Now we just venture down here towards Outpost and select it and change the sandbox. So now that we're in a dungeon, this does enable the Alfies to use one of these lightsabers in dungeon. However, they don't always spawn with a lightsaber. No lightsaber, no living. It is randomized, but sometimes the Alfies will have lightsabers, and then it is up to you to battle them down and take what they have. It just gives them a limit. I would have liked it where I can control if they always had lightsabers, but right now we'll have to take this. And I will take this. Well, my friends, that is it for this week's Mod Showcase Monday. Once again, I am Dark Alfie, presenting you the Mod Showcase in the Nomad universe. Drifter is no longer with us. I will need you, brothers, in the fight against the damn Rickies. I need you to become powerful. Download these mods, all linked in the description. You're not going to want to miss it. And listen, if you are new to downloadable content, you should consider subscribing. It is free. And yes, I have heard rumors that Drifter is live on Twitch, so if you look for him there, look no further. The link is in the description. Also, a shout out to Drifter's patrons that make this all possible. Thank you for supporting your local lunatic, and hopefully his presence can grace us once again in Nomad, but I do no longer wish to see him. But other than that, I have been Dark Elfie, and I will see you in the next video.